All right, let's start off with the big question. Obviously, you had a number of big time programs coming after you. At the end of the day, why was Arizona State the right place for you?
I just feel like Arizona State is where my family and I connected very well with the coaches, all the people that's in Arizona. It was just an experience to say the least when I went out there for my official visit.
During that visit, when you got to see these people up, face to face, see the facilities up close, and just kind of, obviously meet some of the fellow 2026 guys and some of the current Sun Devils. What made the biggest impressions for you when you were out there in Tempe, getting these things up close?
It was just good to see it like all like there in front of me for the first time. It was a dope experience. I just can't wait to get back out there. It made it feel like I wanted to be there the next day.
And of course, your future head coach, Kenny Dillingham, still one of the youngest head coaches in the entire country, but still pretty accomplished resume for his young career so far. A guy that's very energetic, likes to have a lot of fun, also likes to work very hard. From a player's perspective, what's it like having a head coach that really kind of leans into kind of the player's coach model, but also a guy that really has high standards and a strong work ethic?
I love it. I just can't wait to work with him. He's very energetic, and I feel like that's what you need in a head coach, one that listen to you and make sure that you're on the right path, make sure you're always doing good. And if he need to tell you anything, he can tell you and like mean it, but actually like make sure you do it.
Of course, your future position coach in Saga Tuitele, obviously a very accomplished coach in his own right, developing some very potent offensive lines. What jumps out to you most and what excites you most about learning from Coach T in the future?
I'm just ready to learn, grow as a player, and just ready to win some games.
Ty Barrett also, on that staff as well in terms of
Mm.
the success, as an assistant offensive line coach, but also on the recruiting path. What jumps out to you about Ty Barrett and his role in ultimately in your decision?
Uh, he was a strong recruiter. That's my coach. He made a connection when like very early in my recruiting. He was one of the first coaches to hit me up, and since then it's just been we had a connection. We're ready to go.
Of course, you've been committed to the program for a while now. What was it like, seeing the Sun Devils kind of make the run that they did at the end of last season, and obviously, making the run to the playoff, capturing the conference title along the way.
Now I was lit. I was watching the Texas game till the final snap. I was ready to celebrate. Was just mad we couldn't pull through.
So of course, you're going to be a part of the Texas Tempe pipeline. Seven of you Texans are in the 2026 class. So many more on the current roster as well. What's it mean to know that your future program places such a high priority on your home state, and also that there's going to be a lot of fellow Texans in Tempe with you?
Is we the best football state, and it shows. We're just ready to prove to everyone.
Speaking of being the best football state, what is it that's about playing football in Texas and coming up through the ranks, yeah, in high school ball especially, that just makes Texas guys different from anywhere else in the country?
Ain't nobody working as hard as us. We don't have no time off. It's always football. You wake up to play football, go to sleep thinking about football.
So any ASU fans who might not have caught your film, give our viewers and listeners a scouting report on what you bring to the gridiron.
A tall, lengthy tackle that can move just as well as any defensive guy you know. Like to get physical, put my hands on somebody, and just ready to play.
You mentioned, the tall part, especially, with I believe 6'7" with an 86-inch wingspan. Those are pretty impressive tools there. What's the best part of just having that size advantage over a lot of defensive linemen?
I'm gonna get my hands on you before you get your hands on me.
Of course, you playing in the trenches like you do. What's your favorite part of the rigors, the grind, and the physicality of playing in the trenches?
It's just we do all the hard work, and then we just kind of chill, let it go by, let the running backs and the quarterbacks enjoy all that.
So, of course, I mentioned earlier that, you're part of this big 2026 class group of
Mhm.
Texans as well. Jake Fetty, headlining that group at the quarterback position. What's your read, kind of the overall momentum that, you 2026 group of Sun Devil commits have right now, and, how it feels to, be, I believe, tops in the Big 12, among the best in the country. But obviously, still not done. And are you guys working to maybe get some other guys to join you in this class?
Oh yeah, for sure. But right now we're kind of steadily moving. We have some dogs, and when we're on our like commit OVs, we all kind of like stuck clicked in together, and it's gonna be a ride.
Of course, just one season left for you at the high school level. What are some of the goals you've outlined for yourself for your upcoming season that you'd like to get done? And also some things that you'd like to do to prepare yourself, for next year when you're making that jump up to major college football.
Right now at high school, I just want to ring, just win state, get that out of my hair, then get ready for college,
And then,
and who knows, wherever it takes me.
and then of course, ultimately, a couple falls from now when you're running out of Tillman Tunnel in the maroon and gold, sold out Mountain America Stadium. What do you
Yes,
what
sir.
excite you most about that moment of being a Sun Devil and making that make it to the college football level?
I'm ready for that atmosphere. I'm ready for the whole game day experience. I'm just ready. I can't wait.